The Trump administration has released the court interview transcripts with longtime Jeffrey Epstein confidant Ghislaine Maxwell, and boy, is there a lot to unpack. One of the biggest takeaways, Maxwell believes that Epstein did not kill himself. She says, if it is indeed murder, I believe it was an internal situation. And according to a bombshell CNN report, Ghislaine Maxwell was celebrated at a posh Clinton event and received a standing ovation that was years after the sex crimes accusations did emerge.
Some other big moments. Maxwell appeared to praise Trump and distance Trump from Epstein. The Epstein associate acknowledged the social relationship between the president and the disgraced financier, but get this, denied any connection between the president and the sex trafficking ring. She also denied Epstein victim Virginia Joffrey's claim that as a 16-year-old, she was approached by Maxwell at Mar-a-Lago and was invited to become Epstein's traveling masseuse. The woman said the two of them groomed her as a 16-year-old to perform sexual services, but Maxwell says she, quote, never recruited a masseuse from Mar-a-Lago.
As a reminder, Maxwell is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence after being convicted in December 2021 of sex trafficking and conspiracy charges. The released transcripts, come as the Epstein files, has been a recent political lightning rod and has spurred an intense firestorm of uproar within the MAGA world. And I'm sure I'm going to hear people, mainstream media folks, saying, this is her just trying to get that pardon from Trump, and what she's saying is not true about him not being involved in the sex trafficking part. But of course, no one has put forth any evidence to the contrary. We all know that Trump associated with Epstein, had a fallout with him, supposedly because Epstein was trying to take some of the masseuse employees, including that one, the one who was later the accuser in the Maxwell Epstein situation. At no point has it been alleged that Trump knew about any of this, the bad, gross abuse stuff, and had stopped associating with Epstein by that point. I had also said the same was true of the Clintons, although now they're suggesting that there was some.
Yeah, that is weird.
Very weird.
Yes, that's weird.
Because there are people later, like, for instance, Bill Gates, who continued to have an association with Jeffrey Epstein even after the conviction, which is real weird.
Yeah.
I'm willing to, give people the benefit of that. How could
see
you
what
know?
You didn't see, right?
But then if you're still taking this guy's phone calls after he's been to prison for sex.
I think two things can absolutely be true at the same time. Number one, Ghislaine Maxwell wants a pardon or wants her sentence to be commuted, and she's going to say whatever it takes, she thinks, to have that. And again, I'll note, the interview was with the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, which I'm not sure why the Deputy Attorney General needs to go down there and interview her, but he is also Donald Trump's personal lawyer. I think that can be true, but it can also be true, your point. There's no evidence. I think that Donald Trump was involved and knew about any of this stuff. I think Trump's biggest mistake in all of this was to pretend he and Epstein never knew one another. Mm-hmm. There's ample evidence they ran in similar circles in Florida, in New York to some extent, that Trump was on his plane. I will note, the times that we know Donald Trump was on the Epstein plane, one time he was with a very young, his daughter Tiffany Trump and his wife at the time, Marla Maples. One time he was on there with Eric Trump when Eric was like 10 or something. I mean, I don't think anybody thinks anything went on in those situations. So yes, oh my gosh, Donald Trump's in the Epstein files. Well, why? Anyone who's paying attention knew he was in the Epstein files. That is not proof of anything. Bill Clinton is in the Epstein files. Right. I mean, and I think both of those things can be true. I kind of rolled my eyes with Ghislaine Maxwell says Donald Trump was a perfect gentleman and the greatest human that's ever lived. I mean, what's she gonna say? At the same time, it's proof of nothing.
Right.
This is what I always say to people who say 2020 election was stolen. Okay, I'm not opposed to it, but you need to actually provide evidence that it was stolen. You can't just say it and then be like, there's a lot of wrongdoing. Okay, well, yes, Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein.
People are saying there's wrongdoing.
Many people are saying it.
People are saying. Yeah.
I mean, it's not proof of anything. Just because they were friendly does not mean Donald Trump or Bill Clinton engaged in this sort of behavior. Unless and until I see proof of that, that's where I'm going to be.
It looks like Trump's conviction that this is not really a story and people on his team, his tribe, and his MAGA media movement should stop caring about it so much. I think that's going to win out. It's fading a little bit, I can tell. And, it's not good that a bunch of conservative influencers who've cared about this a lot for years are in the position of having to either criticize the administration, if not Trump himself, or look deeply hypocritical. So that's not good for the movement. It's a black eye, so to speak. But I think that's all it is, and it will quickly be forgotten.
I just think I don't know. I think it will kick around a little bit longer because Congress, I think, is going to vote on this discharge petition. And it's not going to do anything other than say at DOJ should release the Epstein files. It's not like they have to now do it. I can't wait to see a bunch
of documents that we've already seen many times already.
Right. So I think it's going to linger more probably than you do. But again, I am amazed. It's like Charlie Lucy and the football.
Yeah.
Democrats predicting that this is the bombshell that Donald Trump is going to. It's like, no, he's going to be in office. This isn't it, and there's not going to be one because one of the truest things the guy ever said was, I could shoot someone in the middle of Fifth Avenue and I wouldn't lose any support.
Yeah. Democrats, their interest in this is very sudden and very selective.
Yes.
They all grasped it immediately that, oh wait, we can make it sound like he knows there's something really damning. We can, yeah.
And this is the thing, to your point, political fires need to be stoked to keep going. I do think there will be some more calls, and does Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, have to do some kind of press conference, or Kash Patel? I don't know about that. Last week, the DOJ turned over some of these files. We don't know what.
She's pretty discredited on the subject in the eyes of MAGA because of the whole. It's on my desk. What was on your desk?
What was it?
What was on your desk?
You said you were looking at the client list. Now the client list doesn't exist. Yeah. I mean, they botched it, right? This is a political self-inflicted, my gosh, error.
Too early.
I know. But the idea that this is the thread that if you pull, it all comes. I think Democrats are still engaged in this. Like somehow Donald Trump's not going to make it through 2028. And I just don't, there's just no evidence I see. Again, I'm always open. I think we both are the same in this. We're always open. Prove to me, show me evidence that there's something really damning in here. But I am of the mind, I guess I'm cynical enough, I've been around Washington long enough, that if Donald Trump was implicated in the sexual exploitation and trafficking of young girls, that it would have come out. Someone would have leaked that somehow. Like, that is too big a bombshell that the former president, who's clearly running for president again, is litigating this case that he actually won the 2020 election. In all that time, the Biden Justice Department would never be like, hey, to a reporter, like, hey, I got something I want to tell. Like, it seems like how Washington works seems like that would not happen.
That bad at their jobs in terms of basic political undermining of Trump. It's hard to imagine.
And Democrats do like to say, like, well, we don't politicize stuff. It's like, yeah, of course you do. Now, you may not do it as openly and as transparently as Donald Trump does, but there is the idea that politics, and the legal system are all these separate things that never intertwine. I mean, if you've lived in Washington and covered it for 15 minutes, you know that's not true.
They found reasons to prosecute him in multiple municipalities, multiple districts. There are attorneys general that tried to take him off the ballot based on various rationales. They would find reasons. They would find something if there was something.
I mean, it would have come out. Yeah. I really, truly believe that. And I know it's just if you understand how Washington works, there's no way that bombshell that the prosecutors are like, well, we'll just sit on this. Oh, Donald Trump's going to get elected president? Oh, that's fine. We have this evidence that he is, a sexual trafficker. No, I think waiting for a smoking gun on this, you're going to be waiting a long time.
I think it's becoming my generation's version of the JFK assassination.
So true.
If people believe that Johnson did it, they're going to believe it. If they believe the mafia did it, they're going to believe it. They believe Donald Trump committed sex crimes, and it's that no amount of contrary information
will prove it. Totally think that's right.
Next up, after the FBI's raid on John Bolton, a former Trump administration official thinks, well, he might be next. Stay with us.